There's no living body or government can manage, so many different strategic plans. So one for climate, one for emergency, one for smart city, one for economic development. So we need to integrate, and that's what we have been doing, is trying to integrate this view with, what means to be a prepared city, a strong city for the long term, with the other plans that we already had in place, to have the city as a whole in your view of what ought to be done for the next years.
And that makes so much sense of why you would do it, but talk a little bit about the challenges in doing it, because cities all over the world are siloed in different ways.
First, we have I would say, intellectual and technical fragmentation. The second is government. Government, the ministries, in the case of Chile, will have these sectorial approaches. We call it the autarky approach. So I build houses. Don't ask me to build, roads. Don't ask me to build prisons. So then we end with a neighborhood with 120,000 people living without, public services, without transport. And I think this is also the case of other cities in the world. The governance fragmentation of the territories. But there are certain issues like environment or, transport that require a comprehensive vision. And I think the resilient discussion has helped us to sit everyone on the table, different disciplines from the academic side, different ministries from the government side, the private sector, civil society, and then all these minor units of governance, which are municipalities.
I really think that we're going to watch Santiago closely, because this issue of governance that you were just raising is one of the issues we see all over the world. Either the city is too fragmented with too many municipalities, like we see, let's say, in Sydney or Melbourne or Santiago, as you said, or Paris, frankly, or it's too removed. But getting that metropolitan scale just right, so you can integrate environment and emergency management and transport, that's really what the key is.
One thing I want to mention about the governance structure is that it's not only about, the quality of services, it's not only about the justice and the equality of the city, it also has to do with the economic development of the city. So equality and economic growth go hand by hand when you have good and the correct governance structures.
Right, and those two things are key pillars of resilience, right? It's not, you need to have a strong economy to be resilient, but it can't be an uneven growth. The more even and equitable the growth is, the stronger the middle class is, the more you're able to weather the next shock or stress.